You haven't lived
There we go.
till you've heard the show Americans are talking about. The show that launches its listeners to the height of humanity. The audio hour that travels the landscape of adventure. The sound that comforts more than the clip of your first bolt. It's the Ogden Outdoor Adventure Show!
Outdoor Adventure summits the airwaves. This is the Ogden Outdoor Adventure Show. I'm your host, Brandon Long. I'm belay with you for the next about 40 minutes. With me in Zoom land is the best co-host in all the land, Todd of the Top. Todders, even though we have all this brand new technology, I still can't figure it out half the time.
Do we got to figure it out this time?
Well, I pushed record.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yes. You sound wonderful.
Yeah, we're good to go.
Things are recording. Things are happening. So it's very nice. Oh, you know what?
You sound great.
Watch this. Let's let some sun in, right? Can you? Oh, no, that's bright behind me there.
That's what I was missing.
Yeah, missing a little bit of sun.
And I got a little sun behind me too.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Again, we are broadcasting from two different locations, of course. I'm hanging out in Banyan 1 inside the Monarch building in the heart of the Nine Rails Arts District, and Todd is on Zoom from his lovely abode, his home studio. Yet to be named home studio. Yeah.
My home studio in the Shire, yes.
Oh, my internet connection is unstable. Please don't do that to us today. That's not good. Come on, internet. In the Shire. All right, on the docket, we have in the news, including a lot of snow report, buried resorts, the deepest snowpacks in all the land, Cottonwood Shutdown, avalanches on roads. The U.S. is 3/4 covered in snow right now. Ski Louisiana, mountaineering Viagra. This is a very important story. Airstream emissions, save the Logan River, and something I picked just for you, Todd, Red Bull Illume. I think you're going to like that. Something worth watching, which includes combining an ice blade, like a chainsaw ice blade, and a bicycle. It sounds like a terrible idea. Gear 30 segment, quote of the week, outdoor jukebox. All of this and more on Ogden Outdoor Adventure Show episode 368, Buried. So let's charge.
He summits with the agility of a mountain goat, flashes routes faster than UPS, is more intimate in the mountains than Jake Gyllenhaal. He's Todd to the Top.
Todd is getting his hydration on right now. So
can't have enough of the hydration.
I'm drinking water as well. It should be noted that this is the Uinta West water. It's hard water, 5% alcohol by volume, but it doesn't taste like alcohol. It tastes like lime juice. Good job, Uinta. Solid work. Feel free to send your care packages to the Banyan Collective at the Monarch building. Thank you, Uinta. We have a good show. Todd, it's been a week. How you been?
I'm doing good. How's it been a week?
Yeah, it's been a week. We do this on the weekly. That tells
me how the week's been doing. It is flying by.
We lose you? Well, we have a lot of snow and a lot.
No, the week's been flying by. I'm doing good.
Good. We got a lot to get to here, so should we just dive right in? Weekly happy is that it snowed a lot. So if you like the snow, you are happy. If you don't like the snow, you should probably pick another state to live in besides Utah because it snows all the time.
You got it anyway.
You got it anyway.
You got it anyway.
All right, on the docket, I found a couple new things. What's the date today? But 17th, 18th? Okay, so WSU Full Moon Snowshoe at North Fork Park is on Feb 27. $14 for Weber State University, $20 for general public. Also, they will be doing a full moon uphill ski tour on the 27th at Snow Basin, and that's supported by or put on by the Snow Basin ski team. Gear 30 will be there with rentals. If you've never skied uphill before, and you're like, wait a minute, time out. You ski uphill? Yes, you ski uphill. Gear 30 has demos for you to try. So we rent them for morning tours in the morning for $25. You can get them for like a 24-hour tour for like $40. But if you just want to burn up in the mornings, $25. We'll have them February 27th up at Snow Basin for free that night only. So if you want to try that, we have a limited, I think there was 6 or 8 sets or something like that we have. So just come on up, say hi, and we'll be renting those out on February 27th. March 5th is the International Fly Fishing Festival. Again, Todd, we've already covered, like, the film festivals are virtual this year. They're online. This is no different. International Fly Fishing Festival brought to you, I think it's by Ogden City something or other. Let me see if I can click on the link here. Virtual screening in Ogden, Utah, hosted by Ogden City Corporation is who it's hosted by. IF4 Live, and you can log in anytime within a 48-hour time period and watch it in the beginning on March 5th. So if you're into the fly fishing, the runtime is 115 minutes. I think that would be a good time. Also, the Wasatch Mountain Film Festival is online for April 5th through the 10th. So look at that, an April date in April on the docket. Wasatch Mountain Film Festival. Okay, March 20th. Oh, that's the pond skim at Nordic Valley. Those crazies. And then I forgot about the other thing on March 5th was the Ogden Bicycle Collective Lousy Search Fundraiser. Smarch. It's auto-corrected to search. It's not search. It's Smarch. The Lousy Smarch Fundraiser. Ogden Bicycle Collective. So I think he's going to come on next week. I'm hoping. So he can tell us
nice.
where did we come up with this name, this Smarch. So maybe he can clear that up for us. But because right now I'm not too sure. But okay, should we turn the tables and share the screens with all the land? Let me take a drink of this. Uinta Hardwater. This is a plug. Uinta Hardwater. I do not get free Uinta Hardwater yet because they can't do that in Utah anyway. But maybe they could give us a coupon. How does that work? They just give you like cash, and then you go buy Hardwater. I don't know how the Utah beer rules work if they if they sponsor you. You know, like they just give you cash. Like here, hopefully
this
you
is
spend it
something
on our
we
stuff.
need to figure out.
Yeah. Okay, let's share the screen. Desktop, share, and you're going to be looking at a whole bunch of stuff. Okay. All right, in the news. Oh, there's my Zoom launch meeting. Okay, we'll hit the massive amounts of snow here in Utah. Alta, 15 inches overnight, 30 in the last 24. Snowbird, 16 overnight, 27 in the last 24. Doesn't matter. You can't get up there. We'll go over that in a minute. Brighton, 13 inches, 22 in the last 24. Solitude, 10 inches, 15 in the last 24. Even little old Cherry Peak coming in at 12 inches in the last 24. Park City, 12 inches in the last 24. So our local mountains here in Ogden, Powder Mountain, 11 inches in the last 24, 23 in the last 48. Snow Basin claiming 10 inches in the last 24 hours and 24 inches over the last 48. So where's Nordic? There's Nordic. 8 inches in the last 24 and 13 hours in the last 48. So 14 inches in the last 48 hours. There you go. 13 inches. Yeah, lots of snow. And we're here podcasting. I was working today. But Chase and Cody got out yesterday morning, got first turns. They said it was the best day of the year, and I'm very jealous of them. So I plan on going Friday. I think I can swing out of work on Friday. So as mentioned,
a lot of snow, dude.
It's a lot of snow. It's so much snow. Buried is the name of the show. Alta and Snowbird are placed under what's called interlodge restrictions. The resorts are buried. They're not even open today. Check out the car. So if you're not listening or watching us on YouTube, ring us up. We're at the Banyan Collective, the Banyan. It's Banyan Collective on YouTube. Subscribe, hit the bell. You know what to do. Then you can watch us go through. We show the slide. You can see me searching all the Chrome tabs here. Kind of like it's definitely the sausage making. But the cars, you can see these cars are buried up at Snowbird. Oh my gosh! We'll dig you out in April. The town of Alta, Utah, has issued a strict interlodge precaution that restricts travel between buildings, recreation, and road usage. That means like you got to stay. It's essentially a stay in place, which we should know because it's been COVID restrictions. Like we should know what this means now. But I like the phrasing of interlodge. Had they come out and been like, well, I think we should spend the summer interlodging, might have gone over a little better. The restrictions are to protect people from being caught in an avalanche when the risk is high. It's not uncommon for this to happen once or twice a season in Little Cottonwood Canyon. The town even declared a maximum security interlodge policy that required people staying in the canyon to seek shelter in bunkers or basements. This is less common and speaks, by the way, this is from unofficial networks. This is less common and speaks to the instability of the snowpack in Utah right now. Please stay home. It's not safe in Utah backcountry right now. Okay. Speaking of the Utah backcountry right now, for the first time ever in all the land evers, at least since we've been measuring conditions, and when I say we, I mean the folks at Utah Avalanche Center and other backcountry forecasters, even before there was this rose thing that they put up that shows you elevations and avalanche terrain, where we're at on the scale. Well, it was all black in Salt Lakes. All black means it's all extreme, and everyone says this has never happened before. They've never seen the compass, the little rose thing that shows all the aspects of the mountain. It's never been blacked out. It's completely blacked out, which means do not go in the mountains in Salt Lake unless you're going to like stay inbounds at a resort. Ogden is mostly all red, which means high avalanche danger. So be very, very cautious out there. Do not stand below. Do not get within anywhere near avalanche terrain because it could go at any time. But this is the first time the Salt Lake Mountains have been all black, which is crazy. Yeah. Snow. A lot of snow came real fast. And it's February 17th, which is wild. Okay, so where's the deepest snowpacks in North America right now, according to Snowbrains? Hint, none are in Utah. Not one of them. And we were talking about this. You asked a question about this last week, Todd, about, how does it change the snowpack and what were the good numbers and stuff. And we were looking at 60s, I think, last week in our local mountains. And I can't remember what the totals were, and I deleted the tab already. But 200. 200 here. Number one is Alpental, Washington, Summit at Snoqualmie. 200 inches. That's a base. Mount Baker, Washington, 186. Mount Seymour in British Columbia, 178. That's a great picture, by the way. Mount Hood Meadows, OR, 172. Cypress Mountain, BC, 161. That's a pretty one, too, with a little moon in the background. And then Grouse Mountain Resort, BC, 153. Bringing it to California, Homewood, California. It's funny when California has a deeper snowpack than Utah or Colorado, 148. Stevens Pass, Washington, 147. Timberline, Oregon, 142. And Alyeska, a.k.a. Alaska, 140. Sasquatch Mountain Resort. No one's seen Sasquatch. They just called Sasquatch Mountain Resort. British Columbia, 135. There you go. There's the deepest. It's the deepest.
That's deep. 200 inches. Jeez.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Utah Mountain Highway is closed due to high avalanche danger. The story about on the Standard Examiner. The highway east of Salt Lake City that provides access to a pair of popular ski resorts was closed Tuesday after a large snowstorm raised already dangerous avalanche conditions. Utah Department of Transportation officials closed State Route 210 in Little Cottonwood Canyon to do avalanche prevention work in hopes of preventing anyone from getting hurt. So, yeah, I kind of talked about that. Can't even get down the canyon. Can't go up the canyon. And then if unofficial networks, there's a story they're digging out an SUV that was trapped by an avalanche on Big Cottonwood Canyon. So ski buddies Mitchell Huang and Taylor Tam were driving through Big Cottonwood Canyon at approximately 9 a.m. Tuesday morning when they heard a whoosh and witnessed an avalanche hit a Toyota SUV about 4 cars ahead of them. KTV reported that everyone in the 4Runner jumped out with Avy shovels because they carry them, which is smart, and started chipping away. But Taylor had a full-size scoop in his car, enjoying the effort. Enjoying the effort with the heavy artillery. Full-size scoop like a full-size shovel. Yeah, that's awesome. They unburied him because it was a friggin' avalanche on the road. The Cottonwoods. scary out there, folks. Snow, buried. It's the name of the show. How much snow is over the entire United States right now? Well, just ask Texas. 3/4 of the United States is covered with snow today. I remember living in Texas when it snowed. I lived in Dallas, Texas when it snowed. I was in 4th and 5th grade, so I was a kid. And it was snowing at night. And when it snows at night in Utah, you're like, cool, tomorrow morning we'll wake up early and we'll play in the snow. So that's what we did. We woke up early and we thought all of our friends would be out playing in the snow. None of our friends were out playing in the snow because, as it turns out, they went out immediately and stayed up all night making snowmen and playing this all night, and then went in. So we got up and the place was a ghost town, but all the houses had snowmen already. Like, they were like, yeah, we'll stay up through, because they don't ever get snow. So they took advantage. I thought that was pretty interesting and a fun story that kids, man, they know when to take advantage of the moment, you know?
Yeah, I want to say I lived in Western Kentucky at some point, and I want to say we got like maybe 1/4 of an inch. I could be off a little bit, but anyway, just shut the city down. Just shut it down. Schools were shut down.
Yeah, there's no, well, you can't drive, you can't do any of that stuff.
It's all relative.
Yeah. Yeah. Here's the map.
1/4 of an inch.
73
I just think out here it'd be like.
Oh, go ahead.
That's an insane map. Look at that.
Oh.
Holy smokes. Like, we're barely in it.
Well, what's this piece up at the top here?
Utah's barely in it.
That's at the east side of Montana. That's not in snow. How the heck does that work? Because there's snow all the way down to the Gulf of Mexico. Nearly 3/4 of the U.S. is covered by snow right now. Florida, Georgia, and South Carolina are the only states without snow. Wow.
Well, that is one plus. We know how to deal with it in Utah. So.
Yes, we do. Okay, so Ski Louisiana. This guy's like, we'll figure this stuff out right here. Okay, so on unofficial networks, Terry Darbone, like this LSU hard hat wearing guy, making the first descent of his driveway on 2 pieces of flooring. Let's replay this. Here he goes, pushing himself down his driveway on flooring skis. Dogs are barking. Get it, man. Nailed it. Terry, killing it. Ski Louisiana.
His wife is like, put the flooring back.
There's not very many times you can ski in Louisiana. This guy's like, hey, I'm going to take advantage of it. And I got a ski hill right outside my house. Okay, this is the best pro tip in all the land. If you didn't know about this, Viagra is the hidden mountain medicine. This story is up on Rock and Ice, and it says a crack.
Is this for high altitude?
High altitude, yeah, it works. A crack shot team of Rock and Ice investigative journalists has uncovered startling evidence that the famed erectile dysfunction drug Viagra also helps fight hypoxia at high altitude. Now, don't get too excited. See what I did there? Too excited and take this at like sea level, because then it doesn't help. It doesn't help. It doesn't do what it's supposed. It doesn't fight hypoxia. I mean,
it does what it's supposed to.
Yeah, it does what it's supposed to, but it's not fighting hypoxia or help you like climb like bouldering, like down here. No, it's just high altitude. So a German study published nearly 2 decades, and this has been a while, nearly 2 decades ago in the Annals of International Medicine, found that the little blue pill had remarkable impact mitigating the effects of hypoxia, which is a lack of oxygen, for mountaineers and trekkers on Everest. This is great. Hypoxia is the condition which causes altitude sickness and results in constricted blood vessels in the pulmonary system, making it harder to get oxygen or enough oxygen into your bloodstream when you breathe. He says in parentheses, I think that's how it works. Researchers in this study measured the effects of Viagra, which is sildenafil, which is why they call things by other names, because nobody's going to remember sildenafil, when taken both at sea level and at high altitudes in the vicinity of the Everest Base Camp. Well, turns out it works. The experiences of 14 healthy Swiss and German mountaineers, men and women, by the way, were documented after taking Viagra, and researchers found that Viagra is the first drug shown to increase exercise capacity during severe hypoxia, both at sea level and high altitude. So it does help hypoxia, which is fantastic. If you are at high altitude mountaineering in a pinch, drop the blue pill. Like, just be like, we're going to have to do this. Now, later on in the story down here, it says, where'd it go? Aha. Still, I can't figure out why more people haven't been talking about this. That said, it appears at least a few folks are aware of Viagra's benefits since the office of former South Korean President Park Geun-hye, parentheses, later impeached and convicted on corruption charges, reportedly purchased over 300 Viagra pills to treat, quote, altitude sickness, end quote, a few years back. So whether he was using it for altitude sickness or something else, that was what they put on the prescription. I need 300 of those things. Some altitude sickness issues around here. Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
There's your little pro tip of the week, I guess.
That's great. That is a great story.
Well, you and I both love the Airstreams.
That's a weekly happy.
That is a weekly happy. I tell you what, it could be an all the time happy to play your cards right.
It's a weekly happy that if you stay happy for more than 6 hours, you should go to see a doctor, right? Isn't that the idea?
Yeah, there's some disclaimers there I think you should definitely be aware of. All right. I don't know when you're buying your Airstream, but you should be. You can rest easy when you do, because they're going to try and neutralize the RV emissions. So Airstream, which is my dream trailer still, buying 120,000 trees to neutralize its RV's emission. Now, I don't really know if I understand how this works, Todd. Is this the right thing? Like, I understand trees help better the atmosphere, and so can you just like be really crappy at not that Airstream is, but like if you're like a freaking dumpster fire of a company and you're just dumping carbon emissions into the air, can you just be like, you know what, here's $1 billion for some trees, we'll call it good? Like, can you do that? Like, is that okay?
I don't think it's okay. I think it's kind of slimy, but it does at least neutralize. But see, what's better is if you weren't so slimy and you were doing some good, you might actually have some some gains rather than just neutralizing it, right? Yeah. So at least they're shooting to neutralize rather than to actually make it better. So it's a start.
It's a start.
But hopefully there are too many companies that are just like the description you mentioned, where they're just deliberately keeping up bad habits, and then like, well, that's okay because we built, we planted a bunch of trees.
We planted, and then I'm such a cynic. It's like, okay, well, who's growing the trees, and where are they grown, and where is it going to work? Like, who's managing the process here? Like, you know what I mean? That's a whole
tree people.
Tree people. Anyway, Airstream's buying 120,000 trees. Current and prospective owners of popular mobile homes. The popular mobile homes. What do they call them? Mobile homes. Trailers can kick in additional donations to help contribute to the neutralize or carbon emissions. Airstream will donate enough money to the National Forest Foundation, so I guess that's who's going to be managing it, to plant 118,400. That's a lot of trees, which will neutralize all emissions for all trailers and motorhomes sold in 2021. So does that mean all the trailers or just Airstream trailers?
Airstream trailers.
Okay. The new
Airstream doesn't care about the other trailers.
Well, see, that's when they would win me over even more. You know what I mean? Like, F it. We're going to pay for everybody's problems. Yeah. The new Caravan to Carbon Neutral program also allows owners to contribute additional funds to the plant to plant even more trees. So, we go to Yellowstone every year, and there's a few sections of, it says these trees were planted in, after forest fires, and they'll replant these trees. Dude, it takes freaking ever for those trees to grow. those pine trees. But it's good to start.
That's absolutely true. Yeah.
And they tear them down just as
true.
fast.
And you're right. The cynical side of you could call that a little bit of they call it greenwashing campaign, but I think that Airstream's clientele are probably of the mindset to neutralize. They probably have good habits for the most part, because their livelihood is outdoors.
Right. We want to keep it that way. I was going to say they probably tear down trees in the Amazon forest just as fast as we can plant them anywhere else, but that's another story. A very sad one too. Anyway, good props to Airstream. Okay, what else do we have here? Brought this up. Save the Logan River. Unfortunately, I think the time is over for you to let your voice be heard. Okay, so a friend of ours who was on the show years and years ago, Andy Thunnell, who used to teach kayaking, brought this up. Says, save the Logan River. There's a current proposal to divert the water from the Logan River into a pipe starting at First Dam. As a concerned citizen, please email your comments to the email address below before February 15th. But then Andy said, well, you could do it as yesterday, which was the 16th. For more information, watch the recorded Zoom meeting from the link below. And then there's a link on this thing. Andy said, as an avid whitewater kayaker who has enjoyed countless hours of recreation on the Logan River, this is concerning. Today is the last day of public comment on the issue, even though the picture says the 15th. Okay, and he posted this yesterday. Internet unstable. This is annoying. There's talk of diverting the Logan River into a pipe starting at First Dam. This could potentially change the flow of opportunities of a great stretch of river that so many of us have grown to love. Let your voice be heard. Hashtag save the Logan River. You want to get some more information on that? Unfortunately, we're getting this to you late. I saw it too late, but maybe you can follow the hashtag or go to the comment link. It's Logan River at utwatershed.com. If this is something that you feel is worth, looking into a little bit more, maybe trying to voice your opinion on, if you're familiar with the area. Sounds like it's a great place to learn how to kayak too. So save the Logan River. Thought we'd let you know, even though might be a little late on that. Hope someone's messaging me. Hi, Brandon. I have a question for you about your podcast. Location at the Monarch. Huh. Should we answer it now live? No, we'll wait.
But thank you for reaching out, sir.
Yeah, thanks, sir. Okay, Buck Rail. So, okay, this is on Buck Rail News. This is the story I pulled because I thought you would appreciate it, Todd. Red Bull Illume is on display in Teton Village. So you can cruise up there right now. How cool is this? It is when the arts meet the mountains. The Red Bull Illume exhibition is currently on display on the Commons in Teton Village until February 21st. If you're heading up there before the 21st, go check this out. It's an adventure and action sports imagery contest featuring breathtaking and adrenaline-filled shots from photographers from around the world. The top 60 finalists are on display, illuminated in 2x2 light boxes, which I like the light box thing. I think that's pretty cool. In the village rink on the Commons, each photo is illuminated from the inside, bringing alive the photos, of course. International jury of 50 is steamed. Does that mean they're really mad when they're steamed? I'm steamed right now.
Wait.
But wait, where'd my That's so slow on that.
Thank you.
Photo editors and digital experts chose the finalists of the 11 category winners. So should we take a look at a few of these? It's loading. It may never load because, of course.
Oh, that's rad.
So yeah, there we go. There's one. Let's see what the next one looks like. Ooh, yeah. But they're just out.
Are those projected? Are they
lit, illuminated from the inside?
How are those being shown?
From the inside.
Huh.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, how cool is that? Illume
awesome.
Up there at that's a pretty big light box.
That's a way to get outside.
Bringing art to the people.
Which resort is that?
Jackson. Right there in Jackson Hole.
Jackson's. And from what I understand, Jackson's usually hurting for money. So understandable. This is very fancy.
Yes.
I love it. I think it's an awesome idea.
Let's cruise over here and Stop the screen share. Hello, Todd. How art thou? All right. I was going to, let's see, go over. Well, the worth watching. Well, let's screen share again, and I'll do the worth watching real fast. This is crazy. Screen share. Okay. This guy, look at this picture here. This guy is like, yeah, I'm going to make a bicycle that I can ride on the ice made out of giant saw blades for my tires. And, well, does it work? Will it work? Well, if you miss the seat, if your seat misses the bike seat, it isn't going to be pretty. It's going to be really bad. But this is actually, it's a 5-minute video. It's worth watching. It's called Epic Cycling on Ice. It was uploaded on February 10th and already has 17 million views. I mean, so this thing is on fire. Okay. Let's see. What happens?
I can tell you now, this is 100%, without looking, this is 100% done by a dude.
Did you say done by a dude?
This is a guy's project.
Yeah. Well,
this is a guy's project. There's no woman on earth that would come up with this thing.
That's like one of the first comments was like,
Gosh,
yeah,
okay,
and you wonder why, like, women live longer. Essentially, it's having a hard time playing this video back because my internet sucks right now. But should you want to see the punchline? I can show you the punchline if you want to see it. Let's see, it's right around here.
100%.
Let's try 455. Internet is, yeah, I know the internet sucks. It's unstable. Stop telling me. Drop my, okay, here goes. He goes to try it on the ice, and it paused. He got it to work. In the end, he got it to work. He didn't work at first. He had to put some barbs on it. But, yeah, darn thing won't play. Yeah, we're experiencing interruptions. So there we go. Anyway, I thought it was cool. It's worth watching. It's 5 minutes. But the
17.
Oh, I lost you. 17 million views.
Oh,
yeah.
That's a lot of people watching that. Yeah.
I know. Gear 30 segment. So guess what? It's your favorite time of year because everything at the shop starts going on sale. We have a couple of racks in the store at Gear 30 that say up to 50% off already. So that doesn't mean there's like a garment or two on there that's 50% off and the rest are like 20, 25, 30% off. And it's like really, really good stuff. So we have, unfortunately, a lot of apparel left. We sold a lot of hard goods this year. A lot of people were getting into the backcountry skiing. Our hard goods sold really well. The apparel, for whatever reason, did not sell as well this season. So we have a lot left, and you'll have the opportunity to buy stuff on sale. So you can go to gear30.com or come say hi, come to the shop and say hi. Cause we're starting markdowns now and they'll go through March, but, that's all I have. Todd, what you got? Anything?
I'm good. Just shoveling snow. Just like the rest of us, just shoveling snow. What a difference it makes. How's the terrace? You guys getting some snow there?
Yeah, but man, if you're in Utah, get you a driveway that faces south. I tell you what, makes all the difference in the world. Yeah. Yeah.
Smart.
Because man, I had and one that has a pine tree that like hangs over so you hardly get any snow in your driveway because mine will melt off. I shoveled yesterday, I think. I didn't shovel this morning, but it's like already melted. So I shoveled at work though twice, and the work sidewalk goes all the way around the building, and that takes me forever. But so I'm getting my shoveling exercises in for sure. But your south-facing driveways, oh man, that's the way to go.
That's pretty smart. And what a difference it makes, because you know where I live. Grandma's house is really close. They're like a foot, and I'm like 3 or 4 inches. Like, what a difference just a few blocks make.
Really, yeah, because they're up on the hillside a little bit, and I took the kids up there the other day. And there was like no snow driving up the hill, no snow. And then about 2 blocks from the end, you're like, new terrain, man. You're in the mountains and it's snow everywhere. So pretty wild. This week's quote of the week: imagine smiling after a slap in the face. Then think of doing it 24 hours a day. I don't even know what that means, but I thought it was interesting. It's from Marcus Zusak from The Book Thief. Thank you, Banyan One, for powering today's 368th episode of the Ogden Outdoor Adventure Show. Look for us on Facebook, Instagram, Apple Podcasts, but most importantly, you should be joining us on YouTube. Find us on YouTube at The Banyan Collective. Subscribe, hit the little dingy ding ding bell button. We're up like 1,000, and we're up almost like 999% or something like that on views, because we're actually trying now on YouTube. But go over to YouTube. You can see kind of what we do here, the behind the scenes. It's fun. My mom likes it, she says. So I think that's worth it. You can see our smiling faces. And we're only going to get better at it. So as we learn, as I learn OBS a little better and stuff, right now we're just, thank you Zoom for doing all the work for us. But we'll make it even look better. So find us on YouTube, please. DM us if you want to chat with us on Instagram
and
at
subscribe.
Outdoor Adventure. And subscribe. Yeah. Okay. This week's Van Sessions, Nick Garn, who is an artist who's been on Van Sessions for 2 or 3 times, and I just saw him post today on social media that he's gonna go by, I think his artist name is gonna go by Old Ghost, or I think so. He's changing it, but we had him on as this one right here is under Nick Garn on Van Sessions. As John Muir would say, the mountains are calling and we must go.
Let's go.
In the country